I bet you didn't know how deep the roots of fear can go. Fear to freedom. I have a dream. Martin Luther King. Let freedom ring. One of the most disturbing scenes I witnessed was during a Black Lives Matter protest. A young black boy on his father's shoulders held a sign stating, "Please do not kill me." The terror in his eyes was visible. It was an atrocity for this child to bear witness to the palpable fear around him. The protest was filled with people yelling and screaming. The air was electrified with fear and hate. One person carried a sign that read, "Kill the pigs." The fear on this child's face said it all. His parents and likely generations before him carried the unwanted torch of fear. This will likely become this precious child's worldview. All he will know is fear. Fear begets hate, and hate begets violence. The cycle will continue until fears and dangers are addressed on all levels. A positive influencer can cultivate seeds that will empower him and set him free from fear. When the seed of love is cultivated, he will know he is valuable, worthy, and deserving. He can break the chains of the past and carry the torch of freedom for future generations. This sentiment applies to all real or perceived oppression in the world. The expectation is that everyone should have the freedom and confidence to feel safe. The fear must be addressed from all viewpoints. In this example, each side, black males and females, and the police force, need to come together and address the real and perceived threats. Both sides need to figure out how to make each other feel safe, valued, worthy, deserving, and capable of meeting life's basic core needs. Each side must ask these simple questions of each other. Are you in fear of not having your basic needs of food, water, shelter, clothing, healthcare, and safety met? If the answer is yes, then making sure that both sides feel that these needs are met is the first thing that should be addressed. Are you afraid of having these taken from you? If yes, both sides need to have reassurance from each other that it is not the case. Are you afraid of being hurt physically? What do you need from me right now to feel safe? Are you afraid your freedom will be taken from you? The young child who witnessed the protest will need empowering seeds planted that will give him deep-rooted subconscious messages that he has it within himself to rise above the circumstances of his life and own his own power. His ultimate power will come from the seed of love. When he can see that the people he fears and who fear him and others like him also have disempowering seeds of fear within themselves, he sets himself free. Fear begets fear. Note, anger may be an easier emotion to deal with rather than the real emotion of grief. In this circumstance, grief could easily be the unfulfilled expectation of how something should be or could be. For instance, there is and should be an expectation that a black man, or anyone for that matter, should feel free to walk in any neighborhood without fear of being arrested or killed. Sadly, that is not the case for many, but the expectation is that everyone should have that freedom and confidence in the knowledge that they are safe. From the subconscious perspective, when that expectation is not met, one may internalize it to mean that something is wrong with one's own self, with one's race, gender, or that the world is not fair or safe. Grief is a very heavy emotion. To sit with it and bear its pain may be too great a burden. As a result, anger often takes its place. Anger also serves the purpose of propelling one to enact change. The challenge is to flip the script and reconcile the emotions of anger and/or grief as quickly as possible to avoid creating a victim mentality, which is a low-frequency emotion and may yield the opposite result. However, it is important to understand that playing the role of a victim is meeting needs, albeit not in the most optimal or healthy way. Note, in a PBS broadcast, John McWhorter, who wrote, stated, "To frame yourself as an internal victim gives you a sense of belonging. It gives you a sense of significance. If you are a noble victim, which is only possible if you are not one, you cannot wallow in victimhood if you really are suffering from day to day. But once you are okay to frame yourself as a victim in some abstract way, it feels good. It is a cloak, and I completely understand people, taking that cloak and wearing it. There is a victimization complex that is a human trait. It is a way that human beings can go wrong where you fetishize victimhood. You exaggerate victimhood because being the victim gives you a sense of absolution and significance. When in the throes of any flavor of victimhood, you will have absolved yourself of responsibility in the matter." Acorn. All behaviors are attempting to serve or help you, including victimhood. There should never be judgment for those choosing to meet their needs through playing the role of the victim. The great beauty is that once one realizes that they have a choice, and that there are more empowering ways to meet needs other than playing the role of the victim. They unlock the freedom of growth, resilience, and self-empowerment, transforming challenges into opportunities for healing and personal evolution. Thank you for listening to So Happiness.